All right, guys. Hey, listen, I got something big. I had to tell you, I couldn't wait. I know it's a little far out, but I had to tell you, I couldn't hold on to it. And so I want you to mark this in your calendar. June 7th, Summer Convention, Los Angeles, California. You say, Paul, we got spring conferences taking place. I know. You need to go to your local spring conference. But I want this to be on your calendar. I want you thinking about it. This is going to be a big deal. Massive conference taking place June 7th, the Los Angeles Dream Center. And there's much more to it as well, which is kind of why I wanted to get the message to you sooner than later. You know, when you take a look at the effects coming out of National Convention, the results have been staggering. I mean, you take a look at the leaderboard and you can see the effectiveness of people coming together, learning from people that have kind of paved the way, that have gone forward and said, hey, anybody can do this. It ain't that deep. Step here, don't step here, do this, don't do that. And you leave empowered. You leave with a higher belief system, knowing what to do, equipped to do it. And you go out there and you start seeing results. You start actualizing different levels of success. And that's what we're seeing. The one thing I saw also at the National Convention was the heart, that really the culture of family first life. This generosity, this culture to give. And hey, I'm not trying to get all preachy or scripture on you, but the reality is this. God says he will bless those who are generous. You can't outgive God. And so Pastor Matthew came, he talked about the Dream Center, the difference it's making, and man, is it making a difference. Homeless, sex trafficking, I mean, the food drives that they do, the outreach that they have, it's changing lives in such a massive scale. And so many agents there were touched by his message and what he's doing, the Dream Center, what they're doing. And there's so much money given back. I can't remember what it was. It's like 18,000 plus that was given in like cash on stages, to just say, hey, we want to, equip you. We want to do our best to fund you to go out there and continue to live this mission, to make a difference in all these areas that you're making a difference in. Well, we couple with the Dream Center, two reasons. One, we need a big facility. We need a place that can hold a lot of agents. Come summer, we're going to have thousands and thousands of people come into the Dream Center for this summer convention, June 7th. We also thought, man, how great would it be to get together and make a massive difference, to be able to give back and help out. And that's not like you got to put thousands of dollars into it, but this food, this shoe drive where we can bless the community with shoes. And so we got together and thought, hey, what would be a good goal? And 10,000 just seemed like the right number. Could we get 10,000 shoes out to kids in the community that are impoverished, that don't have the ability to have shoes, to have new shoes? Can we bless them? Can we bless the community? And I got excited about this, as you could tell. And so why did you get so excited about this? Well, I'll just tell you guys something. I thought about this the other day. Before Sean Mike, I guess talked to the carriers and said, hey, get your guys' mind right. We don't want to go on all these trips. We'd rather get a bonus check and then be able to use that to either feed our business or go on our own vacation we wanted to. So before that took place and the carriers continued to send us on these trips, there was quite a few years that I'd go to all these different vacations, different places across the country, different places across the world. And the carriers would do it right. I mean, they'd be first class. We went on a cruise ship one time and it was like a 800 square foot cruise, a room that I had on this cruise ship. And I was like, man, it's unbelievable. What I heard is they're 100 square feet, that the toilet bowl and the bed are right next to each other. It's the only thing that it's good for is convenience. You could pee and pass out, right? They're right next to each other. But we'd go on these trips and they were first class. I remember getting gifts every night at the end of these trips, traveling to all these beautiful locations, hanging out, enjoying. I remember, going to these trips. But this one carrier, they wanted to make a difference. They're a nonprofit, and they'd always put together, a day or so where we'd go out and we would make a difference. We'd serve the community. We'd give back. And playground builds. We went to a boys and girls home and repainted it and remodeled it. One of them, a hurricane had hit St. Lucia, and we went in and rebuilt the whole thing, And I thought, I don't remember one gift that I got. I don't remember one gift I received. Each night as I got into the door and my bed had a gift on it. I really don't remember what the rooms looked like. I hardly remember any of the events that I did, but I never forget giving back. I never forget the difference that we made. I never forget the feeling I had watching the faces of the families and the kids and the impact it had. I never forget that. And we were able to experience that locally out here where I live. probably about I guess it's been November. It was Thanksgiving, and my kids and family, we all got together. We gave cash and food, through the church, and I got to watch my kids give back. And then we went and took them to the Dream Center for Christmas. And the same thing I got to see them give cash out and gifts to these families that came through and they didn't have a Christmas to give their family. And I've taken my kids to Disneyland quite a bit. And I think you guys, if you got kids, you've seen this. I mean, heck, a lot of you guys have the same joy look on your face that your kids do when you go to Disneyland. I don't know if creeps me out or if I'm jealous that you're able to develop some kind of joy from that. But, my kids, they're joyful when they go to Disneyland. They're excited. They're happy. And they're out of their mind. They got this different air about them. But I'll tell you what, when I watched my kids give back and the expression they had on their face, nothing came close to it. I remember Parker come up and saying, Dad, I love serving. I love giving. And what that meant for me to see her, it was just like, God, this is what it's about. This is how we were created. If Jesus was here talking about leadership and one of his number one characteristics that was exemplified, it was giving, serving, washing feet, not going out there trying to figure out how I can get another trophy, but how can I pick up a towel and serve others? And that's what it's about. And you can say, what does that have to do with business? Oh, it has everything to do with business. You can't outgive God. I love a direct scripture that says that God will bless the generous. It's straightforward. His word is what he says, and it makes all the difference in the world. And by the way, this is the one thing too, and we're all susceptible to it. Materialism, right? Being materialistic, getting tied into this, like just trying to get the next bit, me. And guys, at the end of the day, that stuff doesn't fulfill. It's not it's not built to last. It doesn't. And by the way, God's in the word, he says he wants to continue to bless those that give always. So that way they can go continuously be a blessing and give. They're a good custodian, right? And so when you go out there and you start building a business and stuff like that, it's easy to get pulled into that. You can say, I'm not materialistic today, but tomorrow it starts to become about like, what can I do? What can I get? And guys, at the end of the day, it's a foundation that's built on sand, that as storms come and things take place, and as you start reaching these new levels, you realize how empty they are, and the house is built on sand. It just blows right over. We want to build it the right way. And so I'm excited to be able to get out there and give back with you guys. So you say, how do I do it? You give one pair of shoes, you give 2 pairs of shoes, 3 pairs of shoes. The ones that want to be really blessed, they'll give 10 pairs of shoes, 20 pairs of shoes. I'm gonna give a ton of shoes. I'm looking forward to going out and picking up a bunch of shoes and giving back. Let me give you the address of where to send these to. And this is going to be sent out everywhere as well. In fact, I don't have that in front of me. The address we'll go ahead and put at the end of this on a slide so you can see the address to send these shoes to. But put this on your calendar, right? You can say, well, I'm not in LA. I can't make the event. You can still send the shoes. Bless the community. The Dream Center has been a phenomenal partner for us to be able to really kind of give back and I guess a pathway to go out there and do the very thing that brings true fulfillment, which is serving and giving. And I can promise you this, the agents that go out there and produce the biggest numbers, the managers that have the biggest businesses, right? They're the ones that put servanthood above anything else. They've understood the fact that in order to go out there and achieve great success, they have to live by one rule, which is put others above themselves, to value people, to serve people, to give back, to be generous. And if you're generous, it'll make all the difference in the world. So guys, I hope to see you there. It's going to be a phenomenal event. I know it's down the road. It's in June. It's not June yet. But heck, maybe this gives you an opportunity to go out there and collect more shoes. Maybe you buy a pair a week or a pair every 2 weeks, and come June, you can give back. And I'm just promising you, there'll be videos and stuff like that cut of the families that are coming in that don't have any income, that are in a position of financial disparity. And we're called, if you're in a good position, better than others, we're called to go out there and give back. It's a privilege. It's our obligation. It's what we're called to do. So guys, it's an exciting thing to be a part of. I'm looking forward to the event. I'm looking forward to the giving back part of it, the training part of it. It's going to be phenomenal. You marry those two things together, and what a beautiful thing. So guys, make it a big week. Hope to see you there. We'll get the information out so you can register for the event, and also start stacking up some shoes. Let's see who can give the most, give the best shoes, the most amount of shoes back to the community. So guys, make it a big week. Talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.